Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Commonwealth Spartan mod, which is being made by user AJ Hakra. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a fun new set of classical Greek Spartan armor into the game, which is magnificent. I have been having a whole lot of fun with these so far, as they just look so darn good, which I may be a little bit biased here, considering I do have a degree in classics, though that being said, my focus was more on the Roman end of the classics, but Greek is good, and so I very much have been enjoying running around the Commonwealth stabbing raiders dressed as an ancient Greek warrior. I mean, come on, who wouldn't love that? It's just good times. Now let's take a look at what exactly we do get here, and the mod brings us 3 pieces of armor here. The Spartan Armor, which is the main midsection, the sort of, I guess you'd call it a muscled cuirass, which will provide you with 38 physical defense, 5 electrical resistance, and has a weight of 8. So not exactly the most protective of things, but I mean, it is in the game supposed to be actual ancient Greek armor, so probably not the strongest of things after all these millennia of sitting around. But then we also do have the Spartan Helmet, which will provide you with 14 physical resistance and 4 electrical resistance, and a weight of 3. And finally, we do have the Spartan Shoes, providing us with a physical resistance of 10, electrical resistance of 3, and once more a weight of 3. Now, that is all the pieces we do get. I'm a little sad that we don't have an aspis of some form with a nice big lambda on it, but oh well, you can't get everything you desire. But at least we do get the main central cuirass here, a nice Corinthian helmet, and all in all, I'm pretty pleased by it. Plus, I mean, Fallout doesn't have a shield mechanic, so an aspis may not be the most useful thing ever, but nonetheless, I want one. But yes, now as for how you do get your hands on one of these lovely pieces of armor, that is both interesting and, well, quite easy. Now, the interesting part, and I still haven't figured it out, is there is apparently a set of this armor in the world somewhere. The lore reason as to why this is in the game by the mod maker is that the Cabot family found these things several hundred years ago, and then they were stolen from them by Chinese spies. And so, yeah, I searched the Cabot house and a few other places that seem to possibly make sense. I could not find it in the world, but hey, if you do, you can in fact find a set of this armor. But if, like me, you couldn't find it, well, then it's pretty easy. You just have to go to any chemistry station in the world where we have a new Spartan Armor category, where the main Spartan Armor can be built for 7 aluminum, 6 copper, and 4 leather. Kind of odd that it's aluminum, but hey, I'll roll with it. Now next is the helmet, which will require you to have 3 aluminum and 3 copper, and the shoes, which will require 3 aluminum, 3 copper, and 3 leather. So not exactly the hardest things in the world to build, and I very much want to set up a settlement somewhere where everyone is wearing these. I think that would just be wonderfully entertaining. But yes, you can make from the chemistry station as many of these suits of armor as you so desire, and that's pretty fun. Now, thankfully, 2 of the 3 pieces of armor can be modified. Not a whole lot, but the Spartan armor here can get some sort of a lining or padded, pocketed, etc. So the pretty standard sort of things in here. I really wish we could add some ballistic weave to these so it'd be even more useful, but oh well, I'll get what I can get. And then we also have the shoes can also be modified, again with one of these standard sort of things. You can make yourself some muffled shoes there if you desire. Sadly, the helmet cannot be modified. Hopefully, perhaps that changes in the future, and maybe we could get some more modifications. But for now, this is all we get. Now, I do know that the mod maker is wanting to add some more things. For instance, a legendary version of the armor, which I think would be quite cool once that is added. And I should also point out that texture-wise, you're not just stuck with what you see here. Now, this is the standard download when you go to the mod page, but there are two optional downloads, one that adds in a more gold texture and one that adds in a more copper-like texture. So whichever of the three you do prefer, that is what you can go with. Me, I actually like just the standard one. It's, again, maybe not the most historically accurate thing ever, but I do quite like it. To me, it kind of seems like a pseudo-historical mixed with 300, sort of a vibe to the armor, but all in all, it's pretty good. And I do have two mannequins here, one with the male body and one with the female body, and as you can see, it doesn't change a whole lot, which I actually quite like that the mod maker stuck with that, rather than using like the CBBE body sliders or anything, because, well, it is a hunk of metal armor. It's not exactly going to be the most form-fitting thing on you when you find it randomly in the world. So I do enjoy that it did sort of stick with the just sort of standard armor between the two body types, which is cool. And of course, we have a cape, and who doesn't like a cape? But that is really all we have to go over with this lovely little mod. It's just a fun little piece of armor with a pseudo-lore friendly reason as to why it is here, and all in all, just looks good. So if you'd like to check this out for yourself, which I would certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is going to be it for today. I hope you all have enjoyed and that you do come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching. And as always, have a good one!